again, peasants, to the NXT side of the Wednesday Night Wars with the Pro Wrestling Power Podcast. New to the show, El Hijo del Fantasma faces off against Isaiah Swerve Scott in a great fight to open up the show. I think the idiots that thought debuting a luchador in front of no one is quite the draft person, but his matches have so far been top-notch. Swerve wins after a sloppy-looking roll-up. Wait, the newer star loses in his second match? This is different for WWE. New look heel Candice LeRae going all the way to the dark side for her man, what a woman, is next out to fight Katie Catanzaro. Candice got to the ring, and Gargano served as her hype man as her new entrance music, generic rock track number 5, played in the background. Candice looked strong, but there were spots where she would remind everyone how great she is, and Katie would take advantage briefly. Candice wins and attacks Katie afterwards with Johnny looking on proudly. Wrestling's greatest couple. We suffered through the Newly Brothers show until thankfully the Imperium interrupted. Queen Charlotte reminded everyone that she runs the women's division by beating a more competitive than she should have been Maya Yim. Such disrespect to your betters. Charlotte gets a chance to send a message next week against Io Shirai. Dexter Lumis brutalized Shane Thorne. I love the strong, silent type. Drake, is he really fired or not? Maverick beat Tony Nese in a very competitive match in the Cruiserweight Championship tournament. If they really are using this situation to build sympathy for this Drake Maverick, then WWE may be as evil as I am. The main event is Keith Lee and Damian Priest for the North American Championship. I've only seen this matchup 45,000 times already, but I loathe to admit that I have been entertained every last time. There is something epic about seeing two huge guys just beat the crap out of each other. Remember to like, subscribe, and remind me of my greatness in the comments.
Well, I guess we have an update on Wildcat there. I just watched what you just saw, and he looks all right, I guess, but I'm not sure. I don't know. He's back apparently, but something seems to be different. But I guess it's good he's back. Welcome back, Wildcat. Let's get into Dynamite for this week, and it starts in 3, 2, 1, and now Retro Joe here. That's right, Retro Jo to the single lead. Talking to you about AEW Dynamite this week. It was a pretty good show. We have the semifinal rounds for the TNT Championship belt. That's right. We found out who's going to be facing who for that new illustrious TV Championship gold. So we start the night with an excellent video package by Mr. Cody himself and Darby talking about their match coming up here shortly. It's the first match of the night, and it's the first of 2 semifinal matches for that illustrious TNT Championship belt. So, it was a great package, set it up well, and then we have the match for that. Match 1, TNT Championship semifinal round, Cody versus Darby Allin. It was average. It wasn't amazing. The other one was like way better. But it was just an average match. Nothing super crazy. Brandy got hit by Darby Allin accidentally because he went to throw his body into Cody on the outside of the ring. Cody moved out the way, so Darby hit Brandy Rhodes in the stomach, in the rib cage, and threw her into the side of those little steel barriers. Yeah, that was really the only notes I had. Cody did try to coffin drop Darby, didn't work out too well. Darby does coffin drop Cody, but then Cody immediately does a backslide turn into a pin. So Cody will be moving on into the final round. Cody will be facing someone that we'll talk about here at the end for the TNT Championship belt. So this is Cody's second chance to get a belt. Y'all know he cannot actually fight for the regular championship belt because of that whole, statement he made in that clause against the Jericho match, which he lost, so he cannot challenge for that belt again. So this is the second opportunity. Then we get a promo package from Scorpio Sky. This is chapter 2 of his story. It was fine. Nothing really to say on it. It was just him coming up, and it's his time. It's his time to do something and not be good and not be the best, but be a legend. So that's what happened on Scorpio Sky chapter 2. Like I said last week, this is just mirroring the Jeff Hardy video package. I really don't like that Scorpio is doing this because I hate it when they copy each other. Do something different. Then we have a short promo for MJF, his injury update, where last week we found out that he had a hangnail and he wanted to get strong before he came back to AEW to entertain all his heel fans. But unfortunately, he said he was healed and he was good, but he had a neck brace on and he had nicked his neck. And for us, the fans, he must make sure he's good to go before he comes back in the ring, which he will actually next week. Next week is when they're starting the live matches again. All these have been pre-taped for about a month. Now we're going back to live matches, and I believe WWE is going back to live matches as well coming up next week. So we move on to match 2. We have a new guy. His name is Musa. Musa versus Wardlow. Yeah, he's a jobber. We'll just say that. He is a jobber. It was just a super squash. Same as last week. It was almost like the same exact match with a different jobber. Wardlow destroys him in a super squash. But I don't know. It was actually good because he's becoming the King of Squash style. I'll just say that, King of Squash style for Mr. Wardlow. So, yeah, moving on. We have another Bubbly Bunch promo from the Inner Circle. This one, I don't like these. I've told y'all before, these last two, I don't like these. I think they're silly. They need to do something different. It's pretty much a shirt seller. That's what they're trying to do. Some people like it, some people don't. Hardcore fans of wrestling don't really like these kind of things. Jim Cornette will probably tear this Bubbly Bunch promo thing apart. I mean, it was okay, but to me, they're silly and dumb. But there was this one was, it was kind of stupid because they had like each other. They had like it was a match, not really a match, but they were fighting the phones. They were punching the phones and the screens and stuff. It was silly. There was a whole bunch of celebrities involved. Notable ones I saw were Jay and Silent Bob were part of this whole thing. And then we had Lou Ferrigno and Vicky Guerrero as well as Virgil. Yes, silliness. Match 3. Jimmy Havoc versus Kip Sabian. Not versus, I'm sorry. Let me retract that. Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford versus the Best Friends with Orange Cassidy. This was a no DQ, basically a chair slobber knocker. There were chairs everywhere. To me, it was a super messy match. It didn't seem to be coordinated well. There was multiple botches. A couple of the finishes got botched. This one will be a Botchamania special treat for them. They will tear this one apart because it was just all over the place. I didn't really like this match. It just seemed just chaotic. It was super chaotic. The finish was actually pretty cool. It was a running pile driver into a chair. I did like that. The Best Friends took a win, even though Orange Cassidy got knocked out. And Jericho really tore into that one because it was funny. Now we got a promo from Britt Baker in her dentist office. Another one of these where she's basically saying these are the rules to be a role model. These are great promos by Britt. She's really setting herself as a good super heel. A lot of jokes in this one. Tony Schiavone, Mr. Schiavone, he's playing well into this because he's a good guy and he is lighthearted and he likes to go along with the joke. So good for him. She's in her office and the makeup lady, her name is Rebel, and she's basically telling her in the back, like, I'm trying to get you your big push. I'm like, okay, who is this girl? So there's a girl named Rebel in this promo that should be debuting very soon. Now we move on to match 4, Shawn Spears versus Baron Black. Yes, Baron Black is a performance enhancer, jobber, yes. So Shawn Spears is great. He was never used well in WWE. And over here, it's kind of happening again to him, but he's a better character. Shawn Spears is a better character than Perfect 10 was. So he's like a super heel. He did well in this match. He put over Baron really good. And it was just an average match. It was basically a squash, but it was like an extended squash. Shawn Spears will take the victory via a sharpshooter submission. That's right, we don't see those a lot, but apparently submissions are coming back. Match 5, oh Lord, Brody Lee versus Marco Stunt. In my mind, I'm trying to figure out how they write this to where it's good. You can't have Marco destroying Brody, and you can't have Marco. I don't know. I don't really know. It's hard to write this where it works. I don't really like Marco. I don't think he needs to be in the ring. He's too small. He's going to get injured eventually. I do agree with Cornette on this one. He is going to get hurt one time or another. I mean, last week he got picked up and thrown like 20 feet out of the ring into some people. Among other multiple things that the dude did to him, Lance Archer did. It's just like, I don't know. How do you write this? I have no idea. But, in the end, it was just another super squash with Brody Lee taking the win. I thought maybe Brody was going to offer him some kind of membership in the Dark Order. That would have made a little sense. But then again, it kind of doesn't. I don't know. I don't know how you write this character, this Marco guy, into something good. I really, really don't know. So after this, we get a Mox video package. It was good. He was outside of some wall out in the desert somewhere talking about just everything, Corona, and how he's an amazing champion. He's ready to come back to the live crowds. And he ends it with, call your grandmother and order some stuff from takeout, support your local businesses. I don't know, that part was kind of dumb, but you probably should call your grandmother because she's important and she could get sick. You never know. So, good package, good Mox package. Last thing of the night, this is the final of the night. The TNT Championship semifinal with Lance Archer versus Dustin Rhodes. This one was really good, really good finishing. So Lance Archer's been destroying basically everyone in AEW. But on the other hand, he's only been taking on jobbers. So this is his first real test. So it was a great match. Basically a war between monsters. Two big guys battling out, duking it out to the death. Very good match. It went on the correct amount of time. Didn't make either man look super weak. It showed that Lance Archer has weaknesses, not this crazy monster that everyone thinks. Even though, in the end, Lance Archer did win. So it's going to be Lance Archer versus Cody at Double or Nothing pay-per-view for the TNT TV Championship. But it didn't make Dustin look weak, and it still makes Lance Archer look like a monster because Dustin was getting stuff in. He was getting moves in eventually. At the beginning, he wasn't getting his famous stuff in, like his, his power slam and his drop punch. But there was a lot of good moments in this. Dustin Rhodes got busted open with a chair, and his face was streaming with blood. But it made both look good. It made both look good because if Dustin were to win, it's going to be brother versus brother again, and that would have been fine. But then we've already done that, so we have to do something else. You had to put Lance Archer over for the win, and that's what they did. Now it's going to be Cody with his basically last chance to win some gold in AEW versus an immovable object in Lance Archer. So it's going to be a war. That's going to be a good match. It's going to be a war. But that's all for AEW Dynamite. It was a decent show, and I want to make sure y'all remember to stay safe. And Wildcat, I'm glad you're back. I hope everything's okay with you. I was getting a little tired of that fur. He was causing problems with our show, and that's not what we're about. But hey, when stuff happens, you just have to go with it. You can't control the future. So anyways, if y'all like this, hit that like button, subscribe to us, help us get to that subscriber count, boost it up so we can get that custom URL. And remember to keep it retro.